Please welcome John Lunn.
So first thing, thank you very much for having me here. As Gary explained, I'm kind of an inventor. I like to take things apart and put them back together again and see what happens. So I've been talking on the Magenta, a couple of Magenta live events so far. And in both those events, I've been talking about how important this merger between online and offline is, and how actually the skill set that we have as web developers and people running web companies have, and it doesn't exist in the real world or in the offline world. And how we can take the knowledge, the experience, and the cool tools we build online and bring them offline. And for me, this is basically how retail is going to be saved, how in-store retail will be saved, is to make the experience in-store something you don't get online. And to do that, you need a number of different things. First thing you need is data. What I'm going to do, and this experiment was here, is like, how can I turn Magento into a point-of-sale machine? How can I take the Magento that you use online and then actually use it in a store to process transactions? So luckily for us, PayPal released their product called PayPal Here. If you've seen it, it's a triangle that plugs into your iPhone or Android phone and allows you to take credit cards. Now, what you might not know is that if you're based over here is in Europe, we have something called chip and pin. And chip and pin means you can't swipe cards. So you've actually got to insert the credit card into a machine, pass it to a consumer, the consumer types a PIN number, and they don't sign. And that's how all European card transactions happen. So literally about 6 weeks ago, we released our chip and pin device for Europe, which is this thing on the left-hand side. It's the smallest chip and pin device in the world, connects by Bluetooth to your phone. So basically, with the US Here device and the chip and pin device, we can pretty much cover any market where credit cards are accepted. What most people don't know is we actually built an API for this. So although we have an app, and although you can use our app as a point of sale, what most people don't know is you can actually build your own app that is able to use this device to take credit cards in store. So this is one stage of what I'm going to do. If I'm going to build a point of sale, I've suddenly got a really basic URL API that allows me to take a transaction out of any app I've built, or more excitingly, out of any website I've built, open it on a mobile device, Android or iPhone, click on that, and then activate the actual Here device to take a credit card payment. So Magento plus Here equals that goddamn ugly point of sale on the right-hand side. The great thing is what you have in Magento, you have access to what's being sold online. You often see retailers, and I've met some very large retailers who have no idea what is in their store, but they know what they've got online. And I know one large retailer that every time you buy something online and have to have it picked up in store, they have to drive that item to the store, even though they might possibly have the same item in the store because they don't know what's in the store. So there's so many things broken here. But if you have the whole thing sitting on Magento, running your website and running your store, and you're able to bring the two things together, you have a more efficient store. The other thing is if you have a website, and I was talking to a guy this morning, he has a warehouse. Every so often, people turn up at the warehouse and say, can I have that item that you're selling on the website? Again, with this, you plug in and off you go. So essentially, what we've done, and when we first started talking about it, people were like, hey, I could build a point-of-sale Magento. And what actually has happened is the winners of the Imagine 2013 challenge, these guys, Smartosc, so they're in the marketplace if you have time to go and see them. They had the same idea as me. So they built a point-of-sale based purely on Magento. This point-of-sale works on an iPad and on a tablet, and essentially you can go in there, run it on top of Magento, and have a full working point-of-sale. So go and check these guys out. What they've done is really, really cool. And just to show how easy it is, what we've done is we actually released an extension this morning. So you can go and download this off the Magenta Connect, and you can then go and install this in your site as a different payment type. So you've got PayPal credit cards. You've now got PayPal Here in there. You can add that in a payment type, and your Magento store, you can give a tablet to anyone walking around your in-store, and they can take credit cards directly using the Here devices already with a Magento store. So I'm not saying this is the perfect solution, because this is just one way to do it. But actually, you as developers can now go to your clients and you can say to them, yeah, I know we build your website. Why don't you give us a crack at building your point of sale in your store? And if you think about it, if all global, out of commerce, if only 15% of commerce is e-commerce, that's an 85% market share that you can now address. So all I'm doing here is showing it's possible. It's easy to do. Think about it, go and play with it, but you can turn Magento into a point of sale. Now, you might be wondering why I have a motorbike, why we have motorbikes out there in the PayPal stand, and the answer is really simple. I really like motorbikes. Actually, there is another answer. The other answer is you can go and try this now. So if you come to our stand, or even now, if you want to get some swag from the Magento store, you can open the PayPal app, check in, you can order your Magento swag, walk over to the store, show them your phone, they'll hand you the swag. You can also go over there if you don't want to do that in advance, you can hand over your card, they will swipe your card, and you will be making a payment through Magento and the POS extension released this morning. So it's possible. Thank you very much, guys. If you want to know anything more, please come and talk to me. Thanks.